Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the second semi-final game of the GLHL tournament between the Fond du Lac Bears and the Eagle River Falcons. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the Fond du Lac Bears, starting in goal, number 1, Justin Davidson. Starting on defense, number 7, Connor Martin. On defense, number 13, Danny Rowe. At forward, number 21, Brady Beekman. At forward, number 22, Nick Sayarta. At forward, number 27, Dylan Fox. And now, for your host, Eagle River Falcons! Woo! Starting in goal, number 30, Mike Madash. On defense, number 6, Evan Jansen. On defense, number 8, Brian Kromberger. At forward, number 14, Devin Savala. At forward, number 17, Joe Daddy Roach. At forward, number 25, Zach Kennedy. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and join us as we honor America and our service members around the world with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed for you this evening by Mr. Rick Behrens. Woo! Woo! The 2025 GLHL Tournament, brought to you by General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Fond du Lac Bears, Eagle River Falcons. It's time! 2025 GLHL Semi-final matchup. Winner goes to the championship game. Play it hard, play it clean, play it fair. Let's play some hockey! Woo! Skipped right out front. Gonna come across, picked up by Kronberger, sent up the boards. Chopped back into the zone. Jansen moves it across. He's gonna give it over to Roach. Roach tried to send it across the center, broke up there as it came through. Back into the zone with it, sent in Madash, kick save. Jansen brings it around the back of the net. Kicked right out front, right out into the slot as it took a funny bounce up off the boards. First stoppage here, Beck. 1917. Be loud, be proud, and let your team hear ya. All right, seems like we got the quality back, hopefully. Back up into something a little bit better. Hosworth on the draw for the Falcons. Sent in. Off the shin guards of Racino, going to come all the way back down into the Fond du Lac zone. Going to hop up out of play here. 18:54 remaining in the first period. Hosworth going to take the draw for the Falcons. He's facing off with Austin. Austin and Hosworth. Austin throwing from the circle. Hosworth as well. Racino going to come in and take the face-off against Sable. Hosworth on the draw for the Falcons. He's going to face off once again against Austin if they don't get thrown from the circle. Bears throw it up off the boards. Cycle it back down into their zone. Turning it back up through the neutral zone here. Bringing it in is Munfals. Bears move it around the back of the net. Out high on the point. Shot there goes off of Racino. Shot wide of Madash there as it came across in front. Sable. Going to come all the way back down. It's going to be gathered up back there by Glumsky. Mike Otto right in the slot, just missed the pass coming across to him from Jake Robinson. Out on the far side, Reese missed it as he came through on the boards. Pushed ahead. Back down into the Falcons zone, it's going to tip back out. They're able to keep it in though, and now the Falcons can push it out into the neutral zone. Todd Korozinski with it. Reese kicks it up into the neutral zone at his feet. Here's Robinson. He tried to give it back to Korozinski, but it's coming back the other way as the Bears broke it up. Bringing it back the other way is Lemensky. Otto breaks up the shot coming in, moves it ahead. He was looking for Robinson. It's going to go down past him as it's picked up and sent back up the boards by Rowe. He pushed it off to Foster. Foster pushed it out to Lemensky. Back into the zone. Gunnar Schiffman breaks it up as it comes across in front of the net. Shot there in the feet of Cray Reese. He broke up that shot coming in, didn't even let it get close to the net. Schiffman pushes it back to Kennedy. Kennedy throws it off the glass out into the neutral zone. Savala trying to get a hold of it. Kennedy's going to come and grab it up as it went past Roach. Pushed up and out of the zone. Off on the far side. Cornelli going to gather it up. He's got a man coming quick. Throws it up on the boards. Looking for Kennedy. Went past him. Bears going to send it back down in. Warshall stops it up. He gets hit down in the corner. Bears able to get right out in front with a big hit right out front by Joe Daddy Roach. Cornelli with it now. His shot deflected up into the banners over Davidson. 16-11 here remaining in the first period. We're still scoreless at the historic Dome. 2025 GLHL Tournament. Brought around the back of the net. Out to Cornelli. Cornelli sends it back down in low. Lucas Otto there. Tries to swipe it back. Not moving very good as it's still a little wet down there below the goal line. Cornelli tried to hold it up at the blue line, but it was able to be swatted out by the Bears. Picked up back down below the goal line. Golemski moved it up the boards, and it was sent across and broke up. The pass came across from Fox, unable to connect with anybody. Bears now gather it up back in their zone. It's moved over to Fox. Fox moves it ahead. He takes a hit from Racino. Puck's moved down into the Falcons zone. Lucas Otto gives chase, chops it up the boards. Moved back all the way down into the Bears' end. Back there to gather it up is Fox. Robinson tries to break it up, coming across. Back into the Falcons zone with it is Sirota. We got a penalty coming up here on the Bears for an elbow. Bears penalty on number 25, Connor McGoughlin. He received 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 15:01 remaining in the first period. With that, we have a Falcons power play. Pushed up the boards. Lucas Otto into the zone in the center. He gives it off to Hosworth. Looking for a centering pass to Kennedy. It was broke up by the Bears. Pushed down in by Kromberger. Sent back out. Going to go the length of the ice. Madash comes out to stop it up. He gives it to Lucas Otto. Otto turns back. He's going to give it off to Kromberger. Kromberger through the neutral zone. Down into the Bears' end. His shot deflected away. He's taken off his feet just at the goal line. Korzinski moves it off to Racino. Racino moves it off to Korzinski, who moved it to Kromberger. His shot deflected up into the netting behind the goal. Bears picking up another penalty for interference. Bears penalty on number 7, Connor Martin. He received 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes remaining in the first period. Sent around the back of the net. Ursino tried to pinch it up on the boards. Kronberger moved it down to him at the top of the circle on the outside. Ursino moves it back out to Kronberger, over to Korodzinski. One-timer there from Kronberger. Went right into the chest of Davidson, though, right out front. 13:29 here remaining in the first period. 29 seconds remains in this great power play opportunity here for the Falcons. Kennedy on the draw for the Falcons. He's got Korodzinski, Jansen, Kronberger, and Ursino out there with him. Ursino with a hard shot. Kennedy tried to dig it out. Loose out front. And the Bears, and it's in the back of the net. Brian Kronberger, the defenseman of the year, buries the first one for the Eagle River Falcons on a power play goal. Woo! Falcons able to control off the draw. Scoring for the Falcons, number 8, Brian Kronberger. Assisted by number 25, Zach Kennedy. Also assisted by number 11, Alex Racino. Kronberger from Kennedy and Racino. Falcons goal. 6:44 of the first period. Woo! Otto kicks it through into the Bears' end. Controlled there as it moves away. Schiffman taken off his feet coming into the zone. Mike Otto digs it out. Pushes it. Excuse me, that was Snedden coming into the zone that was taken down. Snedden tried to kick it ahead. We're going to have a penalty coming up here for a trip on the Falcons. Falcons penalty on number 16, Travis Rayala. He received 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12:01 remaining in the first period. Bears at full strength. Kennedy is going to face off against Sirota. Bears able to control off the draw. Sirota moves it back out high on the point to McLaughlin. Sent down in. Pushed out. Martin moves it across. Kick save there by Mendash. Leaving him loose out front is not a good thing with the Bears. Kennedy able to swipe it out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Sirota. Here's Kennedy. He pokes it away. He's all by himself. Oh, he's taken down. Korodzinski laying it to him. And the Bears able to pick one up, coming back down. 11:02 remaining in the first period. Mike Otto over talking with the referees, trying to figure out why that was not a penalty that Kennedy took down in front of the net. We're all tied up here at 1 at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Mike Otto not happy with the non-call there. Scoring for the Bears, number 27, Dylan Fox. Assisted by number 22, Nick Sororta. Time of the goal, 8:58 of the first period. Back on the far side. We got some pushing and shoving down there in the corner. And we're going to have a penalty coming up here. Actually, we're not. I believe it was... I'm not quite sure what the call was there. The puck's being moved out just outside of the Bears' zone. 10:13 here remaining in the first period. Tied at 1 at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Great to see all of you tuning into our broadcast here. Of the GLHL semi-final matchup between the Eagle River Falcons and the Fond du Lac Bears. Robinson, first one to the puck. He's going to move it out. He was looking for Kronberger. Coming back, though, quick. Here come the Bears. Moved across. Their shot just wide of the net. Robinson back to gather it up. Tossed it out to Korozinski. Korozinski throws it off the glass and out through the neutral zone back down into the Bears' end. It's going to be picked up back there by Rowe. Moved out, broke up here by Korozinski. Coming back into the Bears' zone. Stopped up down below the goal line in the corner. Turned back, moved around the back of the net. Big Mike Otto there, he's taken off his feet by Danny Rowe. Jansen moves it down below the goal line to Mike Otto. He tried to sweep it back out in front. Going to come out in front of the Bears bench, and they're going to bring it back out through the neutral zone. Coming back into the Falcons' end with it now. I'm going to have to go in and dig for that number. There he is. It's Anthony Grebe. Right up front, it's loose. Davidson able to get on top of it. Savala was right there. Reese being pushed up against the boards. He's ready to go, baby. And we got a melee down in the corner. Kennedy going in the right next to the Bears bench. Him and Niles Owens were all tied up. Woo! And that's GLHL hockey, baby. Oh, are we having a party in the sin bin, are we? It's a little crowded in there. We're going to charge rent for all this space. I'm thinking they need to sell snacks in there for all the people they got hiding in the sin bin. It's a good thing we don't have beer maids delivering beer. Hey, Calumet. Woo! Let's take a moment and wish a very happy birthday to Jenny Kennedy. We're trying to get everything all figured out over there. The 2025 GLHL Tournament brought to you by General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo, for those with a fighting spirit. Hey, stop out in the lobby and see Bobby Robbins. Get your signed copy of his book right out in the lobby area. Hear his riveting story about the way he fought his way to the NHL and his triumphs and tributes along the way. Bobby Robbins, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Soul. All of a sudden, our quality dropped out again here. Hopefully it's starting to come back up. Running into some issues here. Hopefully we're holding a decent enough signal or decent enough feed coming out for you. We got 5 guys in the penalty box here from both teams. 5 on each side. That's right. Take a look at it. That penalty box is packed to maximum capacity. Bears going to bring it around the back of the net. Running 3-on-3 here. We got another one heading to the sin bin. Sweet Jesus. There is no room. Yes, we'd like to contact a builder about building on to the sin bin. So that's... I don't quite understand that, but okay. Gonna get sent the length of the ice. To me, if they put somebody else in the box, it should have changed to 4-on-3. to show the extra penalty. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. Racino on the draw for the Falcons. Moved back down to Kronberger. He's going to hold it up behind the net. Waste a little bit of time here. Kronberger tosses it up off the boards to Racino. Racino out through the neutral zone here. His shot deflected just wide of the net behind Davidson. Racino pushes it out to Kronberger. His shot off the chest of Davidson. 7:47 here remaining in the first period. Mitchell Adelski was all over him. Martin now into the Falcons zone. Cycled out, high onto the point. Gives it to Monfals. Down below the goal line. Millette moved it off to Kronberger. Kronberger coming through the neutral zone. He's coming in with some speed. His shot deflects off of Davidson and off of to the glass behind the goal. Coming back the other way is Sibel. His shot kicked off to the far side. Kronberger moves it ahead to Brady Snedden. Snedden, he was looking for Lucas Otto, but the pass was about a step and a half ahead of Lucas. Brady gathers it up in the near side corner. Drops it back. Right out front! Lucas Otto puts it out front. And Evan Jansen buries it in the back of the net for the Eagle River Falcons. Woo! we just gonna keep it. Great big thank you to our weekend presenting sponsor, General Beer of the Northwoods, and Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. I don't know what they got going on over here. It's a mess. Adult beverages are available right next to the lobby area. Just $3 a can, $4 a can, but if you buy 3 cans, you get the 4th one free. Falcons goal. Scored by number 6, Evan Jansen. Assisted by number 7, Lucas Otto. Also assisted by number 23, Brady Snedden. Time of the goal, 13:39 of the first period. Woo! Evan Jansen with it now. Turns back, coming up, back up out the zone. Right up front, broke up there by Jansen. Unable to get any type of information. We got coming back the other way. Broke up by Kronberger. That's the best defenseman in the GLHL right there. Coming back the other way. Unable to do anything with it. It's going to come back out of the zone. Falcons looking for a change. Robinson comes out as Maylette goes into the bench. Off on the far side. Picked up, brought into the zone there by Austin. Roach and Reese coming out of the sin bin. Not sure what's going on down there. It's just a mess over there. I do apologize. Music. Cut the music. Moved out high. Sable. His shot eaten up by Lucas Otto. Sable sends another one in looking for that 5-hole. Madash able to get it closed. 3:04 here remaining in the first period. Everybody's coming out of the box in 26 seconds, it looks like. As we'll get the teams back to full strength here. All types of havoc broke loose as we had a bit of a line scrum out there. Everybody was thrown into the sin bin. Madash gloves it down. 2:50 remaining in the first period. Falcons up 2-1. All the way down the length of the ice. Got to come back to gather it up. 3, 2, 1. Both teams at full strength. Here's Todd Korodzinski. Backhanded shot looking for the 5-hole. 2:26 here remaining in the first period. Faceoff's going to be to the near side of Davidson. Korodzinski's going to take the draw for the Falcons. Somebody didn't like something. We had a stoppage here right after the faceoff was dropped. Excuse me. It's been a long day. A lot of wooing. Calumet had to go make a drinking game out of me. They wanted to drink what I wooed. Well, they're going to feel me tomorrow. Here's Evan Jansen. Turns back on the far side boards on the outside of the circle. Korodzinski. Right up front, looking to center it to Robinson. Otto pushes it into the near side corner. Robinson tries to push it back to Otto. Gets moved across. Evan Jansen drops it down into the Bears zone. Picked up back there by McLaughlin. He moved it ahead. Tossed back into the Bears zone. Bears move it over. Sent back up the boards by Rosser. All the way down. Bringing it around the back of the net is Owens. Off the boards, Kennedy tries to chop it down. Falcons come in off sides. They had to tag up. On the backside, Bears with a step. Beautiful save by Madash. Kicked back out into the neutral zone. Rosser sends it up the boards. Danny Rowe gathers it up for the Bears. Circled back through the neutral zone. That's Fox. Moved it off. He passed it over to Grebe. Mitch Grebe. Mitch Grebe looking for a man off, crashing off the far post. Looking to tip it right out front. Shot there from Martin, and he's going to put it in the back of the net. We're tied at 2 with 16 seconds remaining in the first period. Rowe going to get an assist from Mitch Grebe. Bears goal scored by numbers 27, Dylan Fox. We got a charging penalty. Dylan Fox was assisted by Nick Sororta. Hard to see the number. I think that's Danny Rowe. Going in. Headed into the first intermission, tied up 2 apiece here at the historic Dome, semifinal number 2. Get on out to the lobby area, get your book from Bobby Robbins. Signed, get yourself a picture taken with him. Knuckles up. Check out his new book, get a signed copy, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Soul. Charging. Roughing. Need the Jeopardy music for that. Sorry, we're having a bit of an issue coming across. Don't forget to stop out in the lobby area, get your pucks for the puck toss. Going off during the second intermission. While you're out there, get yourself a delicious Modelo's. Heck, buy 3, you get the 4th one free. Fond du Lac penalty was on Danny Rowe. He received 2 minutes for charging, 2 minutes for roughing.
Are you ready?
Woo! back at it at the historic Dome in Eagle River. All tied up at 2 here after the first intermission. Move down low, Evan Jansen with it. Moved out to Racino. Out high to Kronberger. Loose out front. Battling for it in the corner, moved out to Kronberger. Off the chest to Davidson, moved over to Racino in the far corner. Todd Korzinski battling for it with Owens. Moved across, hops over Racino's stick. Gonna come all the way down to Minash. Both teams at full strength. Right out front, nets off. $17:47 here remaining in the second period. We're tied up at 2 at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Lucas Otto going to take the draw for the Falcons. He's going to face off with Lemanski. Reese able to keep it in the zone. Lemanski loses it in his feet behind the net. Pushed up the boards. Going to come out into the neutral zone. Lucas Otto getting back to it in a hurry. Gets tipped up into the crowd. It'd be a lucky souvenir for a lucky fan. Please remember to pay attention to the game as the puck can come out of the playing surface at any time. Puck drops in down below the goal line. Kicked out. Reese brings it around. Run off the puck was Roach. Going to be chipped out down in front of us. Going to come down the length of the ice here. We're going to have a stoppage here for icing. 16:52. Move down into the Bears zone. Swept across onto the far side, going to come off the boards. Gathered up by Gunnar Schiffman. He sends it back off the boards, loses an edge. Going to be sent in just wide of Mandash. Picked up here by Racino, chipped out. The Bears moving across their zone, back out into the neutral area. Coming across, Reese moves it across, leaves it there for Gunnar Schiffman. Big hit by Reese behind the net. Todd Korzinski hustling down. Davidson's going to come out and get to it first. Kept in the zone there as it got caught up in the referee's feet. Glove down as Otto shoots it in at Davidson. from the outside of the near circle. .15:52 here remaining in the second period. Still tied at 2 apiece. Todd Korozinski on the draw for the Falcons. Move back to Cornelli. His shot blocked by Rowe. Chopped back in by Warshall, but the Falcons offsides. Martin now brings it out of the zone. On the far side. Moved in front. Cornelli stops it up. Tosses it out in front of the Bears bench. On the far side, coming up the boards. Robinson almost able to sneak it away there, but the Bears able to send it back in at Madash. Coming around the top of the circle. Shot deflected off of the glove hand of Madash. Cornelli battling for it back along the boards. He's going to move it out. Rowe catches it up. Todd Korozinski going to get it. He's got Mike Otto with him coming back 2-on-1. Korozinski's shot just wide of the net. Coming back the other way now. Here comes Sable. Gonna hop back out. Swept away. Picked up. Kennedy taking off his feet there. Coming through. Here comes Savala. Savala into the Bears zone. His shot off the shoulder and into the near side corner. Roach. His goes off with a shin guard to one of the Bears defenders. Down below the goal line, bringing it around the back of the net, backhanding it out into the neutral area. Back down below the goal line, gathered up by Kronberger. He moves it off to Savala on the far boards. Joe Roach tips it up, and it's going to get caught by Mike Otto in the Falcons bench as it hopped up right in front of them. 14-0. Hosworth on the draw. Gets moved back to Jansen. Gonna get sent down. Gonna go the length of the ice. Madash stops it up. Jansen comes back to gather it up. Bears able to steal it away there. Unable to control it, though. Jansen finally gets it up out of the zone to Racino. Off on the far side. Here comes Kronberger with it. Coming back 4-on-2 here. Unable to control it as he gets taken down. Oh, he actually stayed on his feet there. I thought he was going to the ground for sure. He was laid pretty hard to his side. Puck's going to come down below the goal line. Reese moves it up to Korozinski. Korozinski into the zone. Steps around a defender. Big rebound coming out. Mike Otto chopped it down out of there. Moved off on the far side. Here's Todd Korozinski. He's got Mike Otto. Mike Otto puts it in the back of the net. Mike Otto. Falcons goal. Falcons goal. Falcons goal. Falcons able to control off the draw. Cornelli tries to move it ahead, but it's stole away by the Bears. Falcons goal! Scored by number 19, Mike Otto. Assisted by number 5, Todd Korzinski. Otto from Korzinski. Falcons goal! 7:22 of the second period. Woo! Gunnar Schiffman took a shot to the knee there. Falcons penalty on number 10, Cray Reese. He received a 10-minute misconduct. Mitch Grebe making an exit off to the locker room. I'm thinking he got a 5 and a 10. He's at least going to the locker room for the rest of this period. I'm not sure if he's going to be tossed from the game. He did get tossed from the game. Fond du Lac penalty on number 25, Mitch Grebe. He received a 5-minute major for kneeing and a game misconduct. Puck kicked up and out of play. Bears able to control. They're going to send it down the length of the ice on Madash. Back up through the neutral zone, out into the Bears zone. The Bears defense send it ahead. Picked off there by Evan Jansen. Back into the Bears zone. Moved off onto the far side to Korzinski. Racino dumped it back down in the corner. Korzinski brings it around the back of the net. He's taken down. Korzinski moves it to Kromberger. Kromberger down low to Kennedy. Kennedy looking to wrap it around, swept away. Back out into the neutral zone. Going to be gathered up here by Kromberger. Kromberger moves it ahead. Racino able to push it off to the boards. He passes it around off the boards to Lucas Otto down in the corner. Lucas Otto moves it out to Racino. Racino to Kromberger. His shot off the chest. Mike Otto looking for the rebound. Loose still out in front. Davidson able to get on top of it. 10:21 here remaining in the second period. .331 remaining in the power play opportunity for the Falcons here after the major. Moved out to Hawsworth. It was Zach Millette on the draw. Moved to Mike Otto in front. Swept away. Going to come out the length of the ice here. Madash comes out to meet it. He's going to give it to Hawsworth. Hawsworth circles back. He's going to give it to Kromberger. Coming into the zone, Kromberger with it. Turns back. Gets taken off his feet. Held down, it's kicked away. Here comes Lemansky on a breakaway. And Madash with the kick save! Warshall giving chase. Looking to center it. Back into the corner. Warshall turns back into the corner. Looking to move it out. Gives it to Zach Millette. Millette tries to sweep it down. Owens tried to come up. Millette gets control of it. Moves it to Hawsworth right in front of the Falcons bench. Over to the far side. Warshall moves it across. Off the boards. And the Bears coming back the other way. Lemansky. Tied up by Warshall. Coming back the other way. Todd Korzinski has it poked away from him. Poked away by Fox. Moved up the boards to Zach Millette. Over to Warshall. His shot goes off of Lemansky. Racino steps around a man. Puck gets knocked back into the corner. Zach Millette tried to dive for it. He's going to go all the way down the length of the ice. Madash stops it up. Off the boards. Give it to Racino on the Bears' blue line. Still a minute and a half remaining in the power play opportunity for the Falcons. Right out front, Todd Korzinski's shot just deflected wide. Coming back the other way with it here is the Bears. Shot wide of the net off the stick of Sororta. Evan Jansen turns back, avoiding a hit. Kennedy down in the near side corner. He's rode off into the boards. Bears pushing up the boards, back out down to the Falcons' end. Madash comes out to gather it up. Kromberger moves it across. Robinson now with it. He's tied up, coming along the boards. Hawsworth, unable to control it, coming back into the zone. Here's the Bears. Their shot gloved down by Madash. Shot came in off the stick of Dylan Fox. 7:38 remaining in the second period. 47 seconds remaining in this power play opportunity for the Falcons. Falcons lead 3-2 here in the second period. Pushed back down below the goal line. Hawsworth stops it up below the goal line behind the net. Hawsworth comes out the near side. He's going to give it to Kromberger. Kromberger feeds it to Mike Otto on the far side. Coming into the Bears zone. Tied up by Danny Rowe. Mike Otto right out front. The rebound picked up by his brother Lucas, but the Bears able to bring it back the other way. Pass goes off the back of Sable. Moved back into the Bears zone. They're going to send it down the length of the ice. 12 seconds remaining here in the power play opportunity. We got a penalty coming up on the Falcons here. Kromberger going to head to the sin bin. I believe it's for slashing. Falcons penalty on number 8, Brian Kromberger. He received 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 6:52 remaining in the second period. Bears return to full strength. Warshall throws it up the boards. Kept in. Martin takes the shot. His shot deflected wide of the net. Moved back out high onto the point. Back over to Martin on the near side. Moved down low. Back out to Martin. His shot almost hit Lemansky. I believe it did hit Lemansky. He's headed off to the bench. Back down in the Bears zone. Going to be sent off the near side boards here. Circled back. Brought into the zone by Monfils. Monfils comes back towards the blue line. Unable to get the pass across. Warshall's going to get it and push it up the boards. Kept in by Martin as it gets put to the blue line. On the far side, good thing he whiffed on the shot there as it comes in. Did Monfils. 5:54 remaining in the second period. 1:03 remaining in the power play opportunity here for the Bears. Falcons up by 1 here late in the second period. Joe Roach going to take the draw for the Falcons against Sororta. Bears able to win the draw. Move it out. Sent in wide of the net. Sororta drops it down to the goal line. Moved out high onto the point. Martin moves it back off, giving it to Monfils. Onto the near side here where it's picked up by McGoughlin. Pushed down in by Sororta. Sororta taking off his feet, sent the puck behind the net, and it gets tipped up and out of play. 5:22 remaining in the second period, 31 seconds remaining in the power play opportunity for the Bears. The Eagle River crowd starting to come to life. Bears send it in off the stick of Martin. Mike Madash able to glove it up. 5:13 remaining in the second period, 22 seconds remains in the power play opportunity. The Falcons have outshot the Bears here so far, 24-19. Moved out to Martin. Drop back down to Monfils. Monfils sends it across, and Madash out of place, and Connor McGoughlin puts it in the back of the net. Scoring for the Bears, number 23, Connor McGoughlin. Assisted by number 14, Nick Monfils. Also assisted by number 7, Connor Martin. Time of the goal, 14:59 of the second period. And that's GLHL hockey, baby. Brought back down into the zone by Sibel. Madash stops it up below the goal line. Cornelli going to pick it up, throws it up off the boards. Robinson unable to get it. We got another. Oh, no, we're offsides. Okay, I wasn't quite sure. I thought we were getting another penalty coming here. They've been coming like punches in bunches. Here comes Todd Korzinski as he was able to win the draw. Poked away, though. Going to get sent down in. Korzinski giving chase. Rowe back there. Mike Otto loses his stick. Puck's coming the other way. Madash able to get the door closed. 4:01 remaining in the second period. All tied at 3 apiece here at the historic Dome. 2025 GLHL semifinal matchup. Winner of this game, they're going to the championship tomorrow at noon. Lemansky. He's going to face off with Hawsworth. Sent up off the boards. Lucas Otto tried to chop it down. Lemansky able to get control of it. And it jumps into the net. Bears up here, 4-3. Bears gonna find their way up 4-3 here over the Eagle River Falcons. Bears able to control. Lemansky had faced off with Hawsworth. Here's Alex Racino with it. He's going to move it to Lucas Otto on the far side. Lucas Otto's shot goes off the buffer side of Davidson. Back out through the neutral zone here. Racino chops it away. Kronberger gave it to Racino, who passes it off the boards to Lucas Otto. Gets chopped down into the far side of the Bears zone. Kept in, but coming back the other way. Here's Lemansky. Poked away by Jansen. Off onto the far side. Turned around back behind the net. Jansen comes back to get it, moves it up the boards. Savala pushes it back down below the goal line. Pushed back up the boards. Kennedy tries to chop it. Savala going to bring it up out of the zone. He's coming back one-on-one. Savala turns back. Looking for somebody to pass to. He had Kennedy in the slot. Kennedy came over, grabbed it up just below the goal line. He moves over into the slot. Big shot there, going to be eaten up from Kronberger. Joe Roach hustling back, great back check. Getting back, breaking up the play. Roach kicks it ahead. Here's Kennedy. He tosses it up, glove down by Rowe. Kronberger gloves it down. Back into the Bears zone. His shot deflected up and onto the glass. On the far side, Kennedy. He tried to get a hold of it, but it hopped up in the air and popped out. Off on the far side. Back into the Falcons zone. The Bears drop it off on the blue line. Leave it to Martin out in the slot. Right up front. Monfalls turned it around. Took a shot, deflected wide. Minute 45 here remaining in the second period. Austin was thrown out of the circle. Puck gets moved back into the Bears zone. Tipped up all the way down into the Falcons' end. Rosser going to come back, gather it up. Tries to hop around Sable. Loses the puck. Tossed up. Here's Todd Korzinski. His backhanded shot off the chest of Davidson. Coming back into the zone. 3-on-2, the Bears. Loose up front. Oh, my Lord, that was dangerous. Bears able to keep it in the zone. Puck's loose. Madash taken into the net. By Sable. Cross check being called on Cornelli. Falcons penalty on number 2, Alex Cornelli. He received 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 54 seconds remaining in the second period. Madash able to close the door. Monfils. Moved back down low. Hosworth tosses it up and out of the zone. Going to go the length of the ice. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Off on the far side. Here comes Danny Rowe. Rowe leaves it off. Moved across. Going to come out. Martin has to chase it back out into the neutral zone. Monfils. Skating around the Falcons. Zach Maylett eating up the shot there as we close up the second period. Fond du Lac Bears up by one, 4-3 over the Eagle River Falcons. They've started to outshoot the Falcons here, 28-26. Falcons come back out of the locker room here on the penalty kill for 1:07. We're going to step away, hold our puck toss. We'll be back with you shortly.
Are you ready?
Woo! Back underway here at the historic Dome in Eagle River for the third period. Semi-final matchup here between the Fond du Lac Bears and the Eagle River Falcons. Both these teams hold one win over each other in each other's barn. It's the rubber match here between these two on the season. And the semifinals of the GLHL tournament. The winner moves on to the GLHL championship tomorrow at noon. The loser, they're off to the golf course. On the outside, Bears send it in, deflected off into the near side corner. Out high on the point to Martin. Off onto the far side. Out high. Shot there from Martin, unable to get anything on it. Slid across there. Shot deflected high and over the net. Martin stops it up here at the blue line. Moved across. Brought across back to Martin. He drops it down low. Gave it to Fox. Jansen going to send it off the boards. Going to be stopped up out on the far side by McGoughlin. Moved back down below the goal line. Here's Monfalz with it. He moves it out high onto the point. Out to McGoughlin. Tipped down into the corner. Evan Jansen back there battling for it. He's going to dig it out, push it into the far side corner. Turned back. Moved back behind the net to Kronberger. Kicked out. Todd Korzinski waiting up on the blue line. He's going to come and steal it away. Knocked off the puck. McGoughlin brings it around the back of the net. On the far side, Cray Reese pushes it back up the boards. Picked up there and brought back ahead by McGoughlin. Sent into the Falcons' end. Going to come down the length of the ice. We're going to have an icing here. Stoppage at 18:03. Todd Korzinski on the draw for the Falcons, facing off against Austin. Robinson had it right in front of the Falcons bench, sent it across. Nobody there. Danny Rowe's going to pick it up for the Bears. Moved across to Owens, back over across to Rowe. Moved up the boards. Trying to send it ahead, unable to do so. He whiffed on the pass. Now sent across and back around the boards. Otto tries to push it up out of the zone. Madash takes one off the chest, has to swipe it away as it's popped out in front of him. Off the far boards, Todd Korzinski tosses it ahead all the way down into the Bears zone. Mike Otto gives chase. Move to Danny Rowe over on the far side. Robinson leaves it off for Kennedy. Kennedy's shot almost had his own rebound. Hopped over his stick, though, down into the corner. Gunnar Schiffman with it now. Backs up along his blue line. Tries to pass it ahead to Kennedy. It's broke up by the Bears. Going to come all the way down. Madash angles it behind the net. Sent around the boards by Schiffman. Here's Martin with it. Steps into the circle. Going to get pushed out as Kennedy poked it back up out of the zone. Going to be sent down. We're going to have an icing call here. 16-17 remaining in the third period. Fond du Lac Bears up by 1, 4-3 over the Eagle River Falcons in the semifinal game of the GLHL tournament. Falcons looking to make something happen here. Moved out high to Cornelli. Sent in. Warshall gathers it up on the blue line as it came out to him. Right out front, it was kicked in towards the net by Rayala. Here's Zach Millette with it. Davidson going to get a glove on top of it. 15:50 remaining in the third period. Cornelli backhands it off towards the bench. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Like, really? Wow. Okay, sorry about that. Puck tossed in by Owens, goes back around the net. Lucas Otto tries to chop it up the boards, trying to dig it out. Cornelli moves it across, going to give it to Racino. Racino gives it to Lucas Otto. Lucas Otto. Oh, he had Todd Korazinski. Just couldn't capitalize on it coming across as he was crashing on the near side post. Jansen moves it down in. Korazinski. Lucas Otto leaves it off for Korazinski. To Jansen. His shot deflected into the near side corner. Robinson pushes it down. Warshall swats it around the boards. Chipped up. Going to go the length of the ice here. We're going to have a stoppage for icing. 14:30 remaining in the third period. Falcons down by 1, 4-3. Bears lead here with 14:30 remaining in the third period. Great big thank you to our presenting sponsor here this weekend, General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Jansen sandwiched there in between a couple of Bears. Korazinski moves it ahead. Mike Otto tries to center. Nobody there. Bears coming back the other way here with it. Back into the Falcons zone, trying to slip through. Evan Jansen able to defend and knock him off the puck. On the near side boards, Bears pin it up along the boards. Jansen. It got kicked back, and Korazinski there as well. Madash going to glove it down. 13:34 here remaining in the third period. I'm losing my mind sitting in here. I can't even tell you how badly I want to be out there chanting for my boys. Greeby rode off the puck by Schiffman. Tossed out through the neutral zone here. Bears, last year's defending champions. Shot there. Beautiful rebound. But Roach was just ahead of it. Savala digs it out. Stolen away from him by Martin. Stepped around Reese. Gloved up out of the air. Big hit there behind by Zach Millette. Finally able to get things restarted Thank you, CJ, for sending me a message. I did know about that. Everything was froze up and I wasn't able to get it changed over. I do apologize. Sometimes the system just decides to do what it wants to do. Back working properly here. I do apologize again. Like I said, obviously it got stuck on one of my cameras and wouldn't let me get off of it here. Had to restart it twice in order to get it to free up. Chipped in Madash, able to glove it up. 12:09 remaining in the third period. Bears up by 1. 4-3 over the Eagle River Falcons in the semifinal game of the 2025 GLHL Championship Tournament. The semifinal matchup. Back down in the corner. Rosser. Tried to pin him up off the board. Shot sent in at Madash. Coming back the other way here by Cornelli. Poked away from him. Martin with it for the Bears. Moved up along the far side. Big hit from Cornelli. We got a penalty coming up here. Oh, no, it was offsides. Excuse me. Still offsides as they come into the zone. Faceoff's going to be just outside the Eagle River zone. 11:31 here remaining in the third period. Racino tripped up there as his foot was kicked. Moved across. Shot there, deflected off the buffer side of Madash. Chopped away by Hosworth. Tossed up into the neutral zone. Picked up back there by Glemsky. Tossed down the length of the ice. We're going to have a stoppage here for icing. 10:52 remaining in the third period here at the historic Dome in Eagle River. Semi-final matchup of the 2025 GLHL Tournament, brought to you by General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo. Todd Korozinski on the draw. He's going to face off with Lemansky. Evan Jansen brings it around the back of the net, leaves it off for Kromberger. Kromberger's going to move it off to Jansen. Jansen coming through the neutral zone into the Bears' end. His shot deflected off wide. Jansen able to grab his own shot. He's taken hard into the boards. Todd Korozinski turned back. His shot deflected up high in there. Coming back down the length of the ice here, Cray Reese going to give it some chase. We're going to have a stoppage for icing. 10:13 here remaining in the third period. Falcons down by 1. I want to thank you all for joining us on our broadcast of the GLHL Tournament here from the historic Eagle River Dome. Kennedy on the draw. And Reese's headed to the sin bin for a hold. I had thought it was Reese and not Kronberger. Falcons penalty on number 10, Cray Reese. He received a 2-minute penalty for holding. Time of the penalty, 10:03 remaining in the third period. Move down through. Back down into the Falcons zone. Kennedy rides a man off into the boards. Martin bringing it down in, leaves it off. He left it there for Sororta. Sororta lost it in his feet here. Sabala was trying to dig it out, gets moved across. Monfils with it. Ho, 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 ho! Madash just barely able to get his leg over and save the Falcons from being down by 2. 8:58 here remaining in the third period. 55 seconds remain in the penalty kill for the Falcons. Sneddon on the draw. Puck's going to come all the way back up out of the zone. Going to get sent down the length of the ice here. Kill a bit of time. 30 seconds remain in the penalty kill. Sable now brings it back into the Falcons zone. He turns back as he knew his man was going to be offsides. Left off. He left it there to Austin. Austin brings it down into the zone. Steps around Schiffman. Rode off into the boards there by Kronberger. Moved out high onto the point. Out to McGoughlin. McGoughlin with it. He moves it across, gives it to Danny Rowe. Rowe's shot deflected off a mass of bodies. Schiffman pushes it ahead. Reese after it. Here's Corneli. Pushes it up the boards. Going to be right onto the stick of Grebe, though. Sable pushes it through behind the net. Here's Todd Korozinski. Moving it ahead to Jake Robinson. Back down below the goal line. I thought I heard a whistle there, but apparently I did not. And then we did. Puck went up out of play. 7:13 remaining in the third period. Hosworth going to take the draw against Lemensky. Bears push it off the boards out into the neutral zone. Warshall pushed it off. Racino run off into the boards. Warshall pushes it back ahead to Corneli. Corneli back into the Bears zone. Rode off along the boards. Going to get tossed back out. Going to go down the length of the ice. Back there to gather it up is Warshall. Corneli moves it ahead. He was looking for Racino. Zach Kennedy moves it around the boards onto the far side to Racino. Lucas Otto Almost able to get it to come right through and end up on his stick, but it was broke up there as it came across by Sororta. Here's Lucas Otto. Dumped down in. Martin chops it off to the far side. Lost as it hopped up by a shiftman there. Here's Savala. He kicked it ahead off to the boards on the far side. Puck's going to go down to the Falcons end here, and we're going to have a stoppage for icing. I'm sorry, I got to step away for just a minute. Sorry, guys, I just could not help myself. This place needs to make some noise. Bears able to control, bringing it around the back of the net. Robinson going to go to the sin bin as Rowe stepped on his stick, coming around. I call it a slash. I wouldn't quite say that's a slash. It looked more like a trip. But it is what it is. Bears are on the power play. Falcons on the penalty kill. Kronberger gathers it up for the Falcons, sends it off the glass and out through the neutral zone, down into the Bears' end. Off on the far side, Evan Jansen pushes it back behind the net. Kronberger back there digging for it. Jansen pushes it out high. He tried to kick it up out of the zone. Unfortunately, the Bears able to get it sent back in at Madash. Madash with the quick glove hand, able to knock it down. 1:27 here remaining in the third period. Going to come down the length of the ice, stopped up in front of Davidson. Coming back down, Kronberger moves it off. He tried to feed it to Reala coming across through the zone. Excuse me, that was not. Yes, it was. I thought I had that right. Shot there, kick saved by Madash. Kicked out. Lucas Otto tries to send it up the boards. Able to be kept in. Moved off onto the far side. Martin with it now. Moved across. McLaughlin back to Martin. His shot deflected right out front, and the Bears are going to put it in the back of the net. They're up 5-3 here. 5-3 Bears. 3:49 remaining in the third period. Last year's defending champions want to get back to that championship game. Scoring for the Bears, number 22, Nick Sororta, unassisted. Timeout, Eagle River. Great big thank you to our 2025 presenting sponsors for the GLHL tournament. General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Bears penalty on number 2, McCabe Buckhalls. Received 2 minutes for slashing. With that, we have a Falcons power play. Falcons down by 2 here on the power play for 1:06. Searching for something. Bears able to chop it up out of the zone. Minute remaining in the power play opportunity. Moved off onto the far side to Kronberger. Given back to Hausworth. Coming into the Bears zone. He's going to try to move it off to Kennedy, but it's swept away by the Bears. Pushed back ahead. Here's Kronberger with it. Kronberger sends it around the back of the net. Hausworth got down there, unable to capitalize. Going to be pushed up out of the zone here. Just about 2:10 here remaining. Nobody there where it was tossed to. Here's Kronberger. Both teams at full strength. Puck chipped up down into the corner. Minute 26 here remaining. Monfils. Shot there, up over the net. Coming in off the stick of Sirorda. Lucas Otto moves it back to Gunnar Schiffman. Robinson. Leaves it off in the corner. Otto with it. Centering pass here. He was looking for Maylette. Right up front, Davidson going to get on top of it. Bears up 5-2 here, 45 seconds remaining in the third period. Looking like the Bears going to come away with this one. Empty net for the Falcons. Extra skater. Zach Maylette on the draw. Drawn back to Schiffman. His shot gets eaten up there by one of the Bears defenders. Moved across. Back into the zone. Coming back the other way, and the Bears miss it there. And we got a penalty on Schiffman as he threw his stick. Are they actually calling that a goal? They sure did. I don't know why they called that a goal. It's not like he actually touched his stick with it. And the Fond du Lac Bears are going to find themselves in the championship game again this year against the Portage Lake Pioneers. The Eagle River Falcons had one heck of a season. But it comes to an end here tonight. Championship game tomorrow at noon. It's going to be the Fond du Lac Bears and the Portage Lake Pioneers. That's going to do it for the Eagle River Falcons season. Your winners here tonight by a score of 6-3. Moving on to the championship game tomorrow at noon against the Portage Lake Pioneers, the Fond du Lac Bears. Be sure to come out and join us for the GLHL Tournament Championship game tomorrow at noon between the Portage Lake Pioneers and the Fond du Lac Bears. Great big thank you to all of you that came out and supported the Eagle River Falcons all year long. Thank you to the great volunteers that helped out all year long and all weekend long. Let's hear it for those great folks over in the penalty box. They put in the work this weekend. One more game to go, the tournament championship tomorrow at noon. Congratulations to the Fond du Lac Bears, moving on to the tournament championship. Today's game brought to you, or this weekend's games, all brought to you by General Beer of the Northwoods and Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. We want to thank you all for coming out and joining us tonight. Please remember to throw away your trash on your way out of the stands this evening. We're all volunteers, and we got some tears to put in beers. Have a great night, folks. Please remember to drive safely. And thank you, Eagle River Falcons. Thank you, gentlemen. Those roads are icy. Please be careful on your way home this evening.